lean back like the seats of an 86 Delta 88 coupe on D's and bones, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Going live in a minute, Blizzard King. This is Winter Dennis Sperling Podcast. You are rocking with the realest black men represented. Ain't no lies, cause we winning. Catching flies, ain't no feelings. Uncle D, we the villain, baby. We just left the village, baby. Now we in them villas, baby. Dennis Sperling Podcast, tuning in, we get it, baby. You can hate the player, hate the game. We love all you haters. Hate watch, hate watch. Calling lovely ladies, hands on your knees. You can thank us later. We snatching the crowns off of queens. We obliterate them. Tell the truth, shame the devil. They trying to eliminate us. You begging the sipping haters. Peeling layers off of haters. Whoa. Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Dennis Sperling Podcast. Whoa. Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Dennis Sperling Podcast. Whoa.
We have to clean up what's going on in our house before we do anything else.
Gotta watch your back, even family that's amongst you. Got a slut ass auntie and a cool ass uncle. Kinda won't front you, but let you ride the whip around the block like you stunts. Don't do a lot of bumping. When your mama call when her ex-man jumping, all you see is feet and her ex-man stomping. That's my Uncle D, that's why the Blizzard King coming. Hot girl winter, Blizzard King summer. My we succumbing, no singing and no humming, talking we shall overcome it. Got him leaking, I'm the plumber. My nigga made Zoom look cool, yeah, you funny. What else Uncle D gotta prove more money? Overlook the tunes, if gotta shun him. Brotherhood over any woman. Cause if she play her role, then she fam, then she good. When we say brother, my sister, we mean the hood. Now homie, pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We can serve your knowledge and ditch it just how you want. He just run his mouth and that bullshit we debunk. In a sunken place, he's sinking that drunk. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. Brand good, suit and tie, lawyer reppin' manhood. He don't tap dance, he overstand, he playing good. Titles don't get it, most of us getting ambushed. Mayonnaise, clam bush, buck broken, man tush. Woke up in the morning, got walk, that's on my mind. Peace can only come when you're low and order divine. I stay entwined, you keep a criminal mind. How you think I shine and stay from falling behind? He got open eyes and can't see it, he blind. You nice all the time, they tell you water is wine. Slaughter all your sons and leave your daughters behind. All she wanna do is flash that big behind. And music is the garbage they use to take you down. You used to rap intelligent, now you rapping like clowns. My prerogative, you thinking like Bobby Brown. Rest in peace to Whitney Christina, that's underground. Wake up years later, you been around. Water up to your neck and watching you as you drown. How you scoring touchdown again and you out of bounds? All the black men getting passports out of town. Homie pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We get some good knowledge, your dish is just how you want. He just run his mouth and that shit we debunk. In the sunken place, he singing that good song. He don't even drink and I tell you that the drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that the drunk. Nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. My Uncle D, 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 favorite uncle, Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, favorite uncle, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my favorite uncle, Blizzard King, Uncle D, Uncle D, Uncle D, my favorite uncle, what? Uncle D, my favorite uncle, my Uncle D. My Uncle D, yeah, Uncle D. Going live been a minute, Blizzard King, this is Winter, Dennis Sperling Podcast. You are rocking with the realest black men represented. Ain't no lies, cause we winning, catching flies, ain't no feelings. Uncle D, we the villain, baby. We just left the village, baby. Now we in them villas, baby. Dennis Sperling Podcast, tuning in, we get it, baby. You can hate the player, hate the game, we love all you haters. Hate watch, calling lovely ladies, hands on your knees. You can thank us later. We snatching the crowns off of queens, we obliterate them. Tell the truth, train the devil, they tryna eliminate us. You begging the sipping haters, peeling layers off potatoes. Whoa, Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Dennis Sperling Podcast. Whoa, Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Dennis Sperling Podcast. Whoa.
What's up? What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Dennis Sperling, Uncle D, also known as the Blizzard King, because I give you that cold, hard truth that you can't get anywhere else, man. Big shout out to everybody in the chat room. Got my music playing in the background. Where's my wrench mob at? Big shout out to all my guys, MC Recovery. Big shout out to you, Mark the Freelancer. Who else we got up in there? Where my wrench mob at? International. Quiet Storm, big up to you, fam. Always good to have you up in here. Who else we got in here, man? Let's see. Go ahead and let the wrench be exercise that wrench, man. We want to make sure all the wrenches are wrenching. CJ, the enforcer. All right, man. Thank you so much. And make sure you check in. Let me know where you're checking in from. You see, I got that Dennis Sperling merch down there at the bottom. Make sure you go over there and get yourself a t-shirt. You can get a small, you can get an extra tall. You can get a medium and you can get a schmedium. But whatever you go get, man, make sure you buy one of those t-shirts. And that just to remind you, man, that it's greater later. I had some other t-shirts up, but really, that's my signature phrase. I think that's what I'm known for. You guys go ahead and make sure you check that out. Nevertheless, today, fam, we're going to talk about a little politics. I don't want to get too deep into it. I want to I hope I can use this opportunity to talk some sense into some black folks, especially the lovely ladies. Somebody type lovely ladies in the chat room. The lovely ladies need a good talking to. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you saw what I saw last night, you saw an old man, Joe Biden, who probably was up past his bedtime, struggling to get through an hour and a half speech that he had prepared for about 10 days. Shout out to my man, Willie Walker Whistle, Baton Rouge in the building, the BR. I'm going to make sure I give a shout out to everybody who comes through with the super chats and the cash apps a little later. But I want to go ahead and get this thing cracking because, see, last night we witnessed the first debate of the 2024 presidential season between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And folks, look, let me tell you something. Joe Biden is 82 years old and he looks every bit his age. You understand what I'm saying? It is striking to me. All right. And for those of you guys who followed it, I found it so striking that the liberal media, and look, I'm just saying liberal media because that's what it is. I tell you brothers all the time, vote your interest. I don't care if you vote conservative. I don't care if you vote liberal. I don't care if you don't vote at all. I don't care what you do. I'm just pointing out something that you need to be aware of. Because see, what I like to do is make sure you understand the world that's going on or what's going on around you. So Joe Biden is a Democrat. He is, for the most part, on the side of the liberals. So when I saw the liberals, basically after his performance, man, they jumped all down on his throat. Have y'all seen that? Like they've been clowning him all day. Suddenly they just throwing this man under the bus. It's almost as if a memo went out. Listen to me, somebody type conspiracy theory. It's almost as if a memo went out saying that we're going to say he did terrible, right? And that's just unprecedented. I mean, we had Ronald Reagan, George Bush, and we know George Bush is just as unarticulate as he could be, but the conservatives always side with your side is always supposed to side with you no matter what. So this is unprecedented when we see the liberal media turning on their candidate. We have never seen it before. And so I had to do some deep reflection on what was really going on. And so today's broadcast, what we're going to do is peel back. Somebody type peel back. Come on now. Come on, let's get into it. I know you're busy. You got other stuff to do. It's Friday, but that's okay. I'm going to get you high. Come on. You ain't got no job. Anyway, man, shout out to y'all remember Friday. Anyway, let me got niggas sidetracked. So what we're going to do is I want y'all to take a look at what the mass media is orchestrating here. Okay? And why it's crucial to understand what's going on. But let's be clear. Their primary concern is not the well-being of America. They don't care about your black behinds, your white behinds, your Hispanic behinds, your Asian behind. They don't care about none of y'all. Okay, the only thing they're concerned about is a short-term win to get their nominee, Babbling Joe Biden. Somebody type Babbling Joe Biden in the chat room, and you can just type Babbling Biden in the chat room. Somebody type Babbling Biden in the chat room. They just want to get him reelected. And so here's the other thing I want to dig into. We need to talk about why, as bad as Joe Biden performed last night, there's a certain demographic, somebody type certain demographic, particularly of the darker hue, okay, with XX chromosomes. They love Joe Biden. They love Joe Biden and they hate Donald Trump, who at the end of the day look like they could be two octarian cousins, okay? These two 80-year-old white men pretty much the same time, grew up at the same time. You hate Joe Biden. You love Joe Biden and you hate Donald Trump, and they really, for the most part, kind of like the same fella from the same thing, part of town. Both old, rich white men. Right? And so this is concerning to me, and it should be concerning to you as a member of the Black community, because throughout his political career, Biden has been a key architect as far as legislation that has had a profound and detrimental impact on the Black community. In the 1980s and the 1990s, he championed these so-called anti-drug legislation bills, including the infamous Anti-Drug Abuse Act. And what this did was it disproportionately targeted Black people, Black men, Black women in the communities around America, and it introduced harsher penalties for crack cocaine compared to powder cocaine. All right. Now, back then, for the most part, and those of you guys who know how the chemical makeup of crack is, basically it's mostly baby powder, not baby, but it's mostly baking soda, and some people throw some other stuff. So it really has a tiny bit of that illegal narcotic in it. Whereas the powder cocaine is that, for the most part, it has a lot more of the actual drug in it. But they also understood, Joe Biden himself understood, and we know why he understood now. You know, they found that cocaine, somebody's cocaine, was in the White House, and the Secret Service slowly removed it, and we never heard about it. But nevertheless, I'm sure cocaine, his son, and Joe and his son know plenty about cocaine. You understand what I'm talking about? But but for the most part, white people did the powder cocaine back in the day, and Black people did the crack cocaine. And yet, even though the powder cocaine had more of the cocaine in it, the Black people were punished harder for the crack cocaine. You get 10 years for a little couple of grams of crack. You have a whole kilo, and you might do 5. You see, so you know it was specifically targeted. These laws were specifically created and targeted and drafted just to target Black people. You see, and even if you look at, and that's just the Anti-Drug Abuse Acts. If you look at the 1994 crime bill, this further exacerbated the issues, and they introduced measures that led to increased incarceration among Black Americans. You got people doing life for stealing a bike because that's their third strike. You know, and this legislation not only imposed tougher prison sentences, but it also contributed to the cycle of broken Black families, a social rupture that neither slavery nor Jim Crow had accomplished in over centuries. They basically took the fathers out of the houses, and so the communities went to crap. And so Black women back in the 80s and 90s, yeah, your dad, your child's father, you has a father, but he locked up for something stupid. Something that back in the day, hey, you know, you do your time, you get on out of it. Something that he might have did some stupid stuff as a teenager, stayed out for 10 years, went back in at 30, you know, maybe something minor, and then now he's got 2 strikes. And then some life happens, circumstances happen, you still living in the ghetto, there's still problems. The next thing you know, you doing life. 3 strikes, you're out. You guys remember that? Somebody typed 3 strikes, you're out. That was Joe Biden's creation. Him and his, I forget the name of the senator who basically took him under the wing, that old racist senator who had that young black girl from his maid or whatever. I forget his name. So my question is, why is it that black women specifically, why is it that black people, specifically black women, still love this man? How can you vote for this man? How can you vote for this man? And so what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna delve into this paradox, and you know, and how can a political figure with such a contentious record retain such strong political support from those he disproportionately affected, namely us? Somebody type us in the chat room. And this isn't just odd, it's unprecedented. Now on the flip side, yeah, Strom Thurmond was his mentor's name. Now check this out on the flip side. And again, I don't care who you vote for. I vote my interest. The last couple of years I've been voting for Donald Trump only because he's a Republican. If Joe Biden was a Republican, I might have to really, I honestly, I just can't vote for Joe Biden. It's just, I can't. The 1988 crack bill, the 1994 crack bill, some of the things, his anti-busing stand, he's just an old bigot. And it's just too obvious. I held my nose and voted for Hillary Clinton because remember, she's the one that called us super predators. I cannot vote for Joe Biden, period. Maybe if it was another Democrat, maybe I could, but the way the Democrat Party is going, I can't do it. I'm all for low taxes. And the reason I'm for low taxes, because that serves my interest right now as a business owner. I'd rather have my money and I don't want to spend it on anybody else. Okay, I don't want to spend it on Venezuelan migrants in New York or Chicago or Denver, or wherever you are. I want my money for myself. Okay, so that's my thing. Now, that being the case, my question is this. Why is it that black women despise Donald Trump? In a political sense. And I understand there was this lawsuit back in the 1970s where he was sued for housing discrimination, a case that he settled and never admitted any wrong. He basically just settled it to get it out the way. And of course, there was the Central Park 5 where they were accused of wilding, and some young woman was attacked. And, you know, he basically took a full page ad out in the newspaper saying that they need to get the death penalty. But back then, New York was wild back in the 80s. Y'all don't understand, man. Back in the 80s, you go to Times Square. Times Square was not Disneyland. You can get anything you wanted in Times Squares plus HIV and herpes. You understand what I'm talking about? So, yeah, New York was wild back in the day. New York was wild. And I was a kid and I understood New York was wild, okay? If you want to know how wild New York was, there's this movie out from back in the day called The Warriors. Go check that movie out and you'll see just how wild New York it was. But bottom line is, man, if he's a bigot, certainly he's not the bigot that Biden is. So you can't say that. So my question is, why is it that black women hate Trump? A married businessman who's successful and healthy, got healthy, strong children and grandchildren. Why is it that they like this dude? I hate this dude so much. And I think that the issue is broad. This issue ties into a broader discussion about modern Black American culture, which unfortunately often teaches Black American women to adopt behaviors that are traditionally associated with men. In other words, rather than embracing the inherent qualities of femininity, they are naturally endowed with what? The M word, masculine traits. And I think because of that, they are repelled by Donald Trump. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna be right back. Y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. I am only 92 subscribers away from hitting 70,000. So if you haven't subscribed by now, make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. Either way, I'll be right back. Y'all make sure you do what you gotta do, okay? There you go. I like that clap.
light skin, huh?
I want to see you win. And I put pressure on us men to understand how we did not get our masculinity training. And we've been doing our work, okay? But now it's time for you ladies to understand you're going to have to bet on us like you want us to bet on you. I talked to several men this week. I don't just get on here and talk shit. I have men I call around the world and I ask, what do you think about this concept? Level set me. Shout out to brother Dennis Spurley. Dennis, I'm not gonna I don't want to tell people's business, but I'm gonna tell you, high value men retire their women or make them come work for them. So ladies, what is it going to take for you to free yourself? Because you and I both know you're dying at these jobs. You're in a toxic.
All right, welcome back. Shout out to the late great Kevin Samuels. I know that if brother Kevin Samuels was here, he would have a lot to say about this blue collar worker brother being attacked by all these YouTubers. I know he would have something to say about all of these people coming together to attack this brother, because Kevin loved the blue collar man. He tell you all the time. They were the salt of the hell with these white collar dudes. Shout out to all the blue collar workers. Shout out to all the truck drivers, electricians. Big shout out to all the plumbers. Shout out to all of the apprentices. Shout out to the carpenters, the roofers, offshoremen, longshoremen. Shout out to all you guys, man. All the guys who's down there working on the docks. If you're listening to me, man, big shout out to all y'all. I appreciate your work. I appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. You're what keeps this country going. You know, and we need to embrace our blue collar workers. What made America great was that blue collar worker, not the guys up in the offices pushing paper. It's you guys down there in the trenches, you guys who are repairing the roads, who are down there in the sewers, repairing the drainage system. You guys up on the roof in the hot summer and the cold winters, putting new roofs up, building new houses. Shout out to all y'all, man. We wouldn't be the country we are if it wasn't for you and your workers and your work at the iron workers, everybody, man. Big shout out to you guys. Concrete layers, yeah, everybody, man. I love you guys. And all you guys overseas who are contractors, big shout out to y'all. That's one thing Kevin and I really shared. You know, I come from a blue collar, hardworking family and military family. So, you know, I can't help but respect what you do. I know what you do. The time I used to do construction myself. That's how I got myself through college. I would get up 4 o'clock in the morning, be on the site at about 6:30, sometimes off site. So, you know, and then I would go to my class smelling like paint and stinking up the place. But, you know, I have a blue collar work ethic. You know, I chop my words up like a blue collar guy. So, you know, and that's just it. That's how it is. So, you know, we have to protect our blue collar workers. Big shout out to you guys. But, nevertheless, I know Kevin would have a lot to say about this situation, but he's not here, so we're going to have to speak up and protect our brothers when necessary. You guys, let's go ahead and get back to the subject matter at hand. So we're talking about the debate, and so I want to share with you guys something, okay? This is some video footage. Somebody type Babbling Joe Biden in the chat room. Somebody type Babbling Joe in the chat room, okay? Somebody, y'all ready? Let me put fair use. I don't want to get blitzkrieg by YouTube. So just check this out. I want you guys to tell me what you think. All right. And when the babbling starts, I want y'all to say babbling. All right. So check this out.
Every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
What? You went from COVID-19 to Medicare. Somebody type Babbling Joe Biden in the chat room. This man is going to be 86 years old if he finishes his next president. This is who you want for your presidency? Babbling. Now, I'm going to show y'all something else that nobody else has seen. This is after it was over. I'm going to turn the music down. I want y'all to see this, okay? This is when it was all over with, okay? Now, I want you to look at Donald Trump, whether you like the man or not. Look at this. Look at Joe to the right. Look at Donald Trump walk off. Nice, even gait, even pace, getting on up out of there, heading around the corner. You notice them two dudes didn't shake hands. Now, I want you to stop. You would expect old babbling Joe Biden to do the same thing, fair use. But look at this. I'm going to move the fair use thing out the way. They got to walk him down the stairs. Look at him walking sideways, like he's afraid to put one step down. Look, come on now, Paw. It's time for you to retire. It is a disservice to the American people to have this man running as president. Look at this again. I want y'all to see this. This is your president. This is your representative of strength around the world. Let's take a look. Look at Paw. Look, watch him turn to the side. Look, White, come on, Joe. Well, watch him turn to the side. He turned to the side. Are you kidding me? This is who you want to represent you? He can't even go down the stairs. His wife had to come up there and get him like she's picking him up from the elementary school. This is who you want? I'm just saying. All right? This is the guy you want, right? Now, let me finish this off.
You're the people I'm running for.
Come on over. You're the people. Fair use now. Okay, this is the guy. This is who you want. You want him in charge of your life. Okay? Now I want you to pay attention to who's there. We need you. Who you think that is screaming we need you? Who you think that is?
He says he's going to be the retribution for his supporters.
Fair use. Who do you think that is?
You are the reason why America's as good as we are.
Damn world. The real world.
Let's keep going. God love you all.
I love you all.
North Carolina.
Look, there you go. Now who's up there supporting them, huh? Who is that? Who is it? Now again, all this babbling and stumbling nobody missed it. Everybody saw it. All right, so I'm gonna share with you some videos. This is what the press is saying about old babbling. Y'all with me? I hope you're entertained. I was entertained. I was very much entertained. Look at this. Okay, look at here. Look, you barely can walk down the stairs. All right, so I wake up this morning, and here I'm watching this, right? Listen, let me see if I can turn it up. Now, basically, this is the press saying Biden's debate, DEFCON, what do you say, MOM, they just talking crazy about it. This is horrible. You did a horrible job. I'm gonna try to turn the speaker up. If y'all can't hear it, turn it up loud.
That's not spin. That's just recording what they saw. And all of the publications owe the country an apology because they concealed it for years and years and years and tried to act like we were crazy and said that we were doing conspiracy theories, deep fakes, and all of this. And they knew all along. They've been protecting them the entire time, and finally crumbles.
So what the brother is saying, and this is Fox and Friends. I watch this sometimes in the morning. But basically what he's saying is the media knew the whole time that this dude was like this. They've known it. People who are insiders, they know. They knew what was going on. They knew what was. I'm going to run it back for you a little bit again. Listen to this.
Publications owe the country an apology because they concealed it for years. And
they concealed it. They tried to act like we was crazy. Other people was crazy. Said, man, that man is old. He going crazy. That man needs to be in a retirement home. He needs to go back to Scranton and be sitting in a rocking chair with a warm blanket across his lap with his teeth next to him in a cup, okay, with some salt in it. That's what he needs to be chewing on some tapioca pudding. That's what they saying. You knew he was crazy and y'all put him out there. But now the crazy part is this. Here's the wild part. Let's listen to this. Listen, fair use.
On his first impression because the Biden team, the Trump team really wasn't out yesterday in the spin room. I guess they wanted to let the Biden performance speak for
Fair
itself.
use.
Eric,
He's basically saying Biden did so bad. I know the video's low. It's supposed to be long. Fair use. I don't want to get the thing demonetized. Y'all ain't paying me no cash apps, super chats. No way. I'm going to tell you what happened. Call for President Anthony. Anyway, shout out to you, Carl. But look, so what I'm saying, he's basically saying the Trump team said, we don't need to go out and tell people we won. Everybody can see we won. They got Babbling Joe Biden out there. Listen to what the brother say.
thoughts about a debate like no other?
Now, this is Donald Trump's son. I want y'all to listen very carefully. Put your little earphones in real tight. Cut off all the sound around you. Listen to what Donald Trump's son is saying.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen the Democratic media kill a candidate, one of their own, like they did last night. It was kind of remarkable.
He said, I've never seen the Democrat media kill a candidate like they did last night. In other words, they talked so bad about Joe Biden, we didn't even have to do anything. And the question is why? Somebody type why in the chat room.
You guys for what, a decade now, well over a decade now, and I have never seen a time where the mainstream media didn't provide air cover for one of their own. And if you look at CNN last night,
I've never seen an instance where I've been in this for over a decade now. I've never seen an issue where the mainstream media didn't provide cover for their candidate. Somebody type cover in the chat room.
they were absolutely killing him. But you know what, guys, it's the exact reason that they spent the last 3 years indicting my father. That performance last night, they knew they needed anything. They needed to pull the rabbit out of the hat. They needed every advantage that they could possibly get. Right?
Yeah.
They went after him in Georgia. They went after him.
He said maybe that's why they've been attacking my dad for the last 3 years, to cover for the fact that their candidate is so bad. Somebody type so bad. Matter of fact, somebody type senile in the chat room. Somebody type crazy as hell in the chat room. Somebody type too old. Okay, so you get the point. All right, fair use, fair use. You get the point. So the question to me is, and at the end of the day, I grew up around a lot of hustlers, a lot of street people. And when you're around a lot of street people, they may not have the professional words to articulate what they mean, but they understand a lot of things. You ever been around somebody and they like co-sign with you, like, yeah, man, that's messed up. I can't believe that happened to you. And then they'll say, well, it ain't really that bad. So they jump in front of your train of anger, and then you think they right there with you. And the next thing you know, they pivot and you like, what you talking? I thought, but that's game. Somebody type good game in the chat room. And so somebody type good game in the chat room. I want y'all to listen to me. This is careful. Be careful. Now, shout out to everybody contributing to the super chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. I see y'all, but I want you to listen. You're going to learn something tonight. You're going to learn something today. Wherever you are, I want you to listen. What you see happening is the mass media manipulating the public right before your eyes. See, this is a case of psychological manipulation. It's a tactic known as manufacturing of consent or outrage manipulation. Somebody type outrage manipulation in the chat room. Okay? I want you to catch up. Outrage manipulation. The other term for it is manufacturing of consent. See, this tactic involves media or other influential entities. It could be your friend, okay? Creating or amplifying outrage or controversy around a particular issue or person in order to shape your opinion or the public's opinion or behavior that in a desired direction. So here's the thing. Here's a scenario. The media is using the deteriorating mental state of Joe Biden as a tool to generate public outrage and push for his replacement. Ain't that what y'all did? Isn't that what we just did for the past 15? This man don't need to be president. Y'all heard me say it, right? And many of y'all, when you saw Babbling Joe, you said the same thing. Now, it'd be one thing for Fox News to be saying it, but they were pretty much quiet. Well, I mean, the Donald Trump's team was quiet, right? But it's his own people doing that. But see, what they're doing is by highlighting Joe Biden's flaws and calling for his removal and saying, man, you need to drop out. They're aiming to manipulate the public sentiment and influence the perception of the upcoming race. Okay? See what I'm saying? At some point, they're going to pivot and say, yeah, we mad at Trump, we mad at Joe Biden too, but you know what? He's still better than Donald Trump. And so they built up trust with you the whole way, and now they pivot. So you're like, yeah, I guess you're right. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It might happen a couple of months from now. That's a long time for the public. A couple of months, that's 2 house notes, 4 paychecks, 2 car notes, about a whole bunch of gas, but you're not going to be thinking about this. You're going to be like, yeah, I guess he is better than Trump. And it must be all right. See what I'm saying? Because somebody that co-signed with you initially is now saying it's all right. And so you gain their trust again. See, this strategy, this media strategy, it involves creating a temporary wave of outrage. They're trying to make you mad to pressure the Joe Biden's party into doing something, only to potentially switch the narrative later just to emphasize that Joe Biden, despite his flaws, is still a better choice than Donald Trump. And this kind of manipulation, it could be effective in shaping the public opinion by controlling the narrative around, this particular person. See, it exploits people's emotions. It exploits your biases. It exploits your cognitive vulnerabilities. And they're trying to steer you towards a specific viewpoint or course of action. That's what you see happening. You see, and it's important for you all to be aware of this manipulation. It's important that you critically evaluate this information and what you've seen. All right. Again, you got to understand something. What are we talking about? Somebody put it in the chat room. What's the word? Outrage manipulation. Outrage manipulation. Somebody type that in the chat room. That's what you see the media doing. They plan this the whole time. What we're going to do, we know he's going to be bad, so we're just going to go all the way left with it and just tell him he's the horrible blah blah blah, and we're going to jump in front of this train wreck. And so, and another reason they have to do it, the reason they have to, what if they came out the other way and said, "Oh, Joe Biden did great. Oh, he's wonderful. Yeah, Donald Trump lost. Y'all wouldn't believe it." Babbling Joe, you like, nah, I can't. Even Democrats would have said, nah. They already have lost credibility. Somebody type fake news in the chat room. Come on now, let's get into this. Somebody type fake news in the chat room. The media has already lost credibility with the public. And so in using this particular strategy, manufacturing outrage to try to regain trust, it's risky. And it's unethical. Okay, somebody type unethical in the chat room. Now, it's going to temporarily boost confidence in the media by appearing, because they're going to appear to take a strong stance against Joe Biden and holding him accountable for his shortcomings and his what appears to be dementia. But see, this kind of manipulation, all it's going to do is further erode the trust in the long run, because if this man gets reelected, y'all gonna say, man, y'all told us that we saw what was going on, and you told us at the last minute that we should vote for him, and we believed you. And then we're gonna be stuck with this man till he's 86, if the old fella lasts that long. You see what I mean? Because them old goats be croaking at about that age, man. They ready to get on up out of here, go on to their final destination, be that up or down. Hallelujah, praise God. You understand what I'm talking about? So, we don't even know that. And then guess who your president is going to be? It's going to be Kamala. You understand what I mean? And I know y'all don't want to have to deal with Kamala. All right. So that's a very keen and crafty and in my opinion, shady tactic to do to the public. But it's not on them to tell you what's going on. It's on you to figure it out. And I'm glad I was able to go ahead and peep that out, because that's just horrible. This is horrible what they're doing. And we need to go ahead and educate people as to what's going on. Now, again, if the media is able to regain trust by appearing to be unbiased, if they're able to fool you all and its coverage of Joe Biden's situation, all they're gonna do, like I said, is just pivot later and support him. They're not going to support. They're not going to say, look, they're going to pivot and later and support him. And they're basically going to say he's the lesser of two evils. Somebody type lesser evil. Somebody type lesser evil in the chat room. Compared to Donald Trump, they're going to say he's the lesser evil. And it'll lead to further disillusionment and skepticism from the public. But at that point, you're stuck with it. And see, this is the kind of manipulative behavior that reinforces existing beliefs that the media can't be trusted. Fake news. Somebody type fake news in the chat room. All right. Somebody type fake. Look, somebody type fake news is biased just for these reasons. Okay. Now, the other thing is, and I want to emphasize this again. Joe Biden is he would be 86 years old if he makes it through the full term of his president. And I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but let's just be realistic. 86 years old. This cat is 86 years. You see him up there babbling? Somebody type Babbling Biden in the chat room. That's a good name. I should have that. I should go ahead and get that copywritten. Somebody type Babbling Biden in the chat room. Okay. Somebody type Babbling Biden in the chat room. Now, the thing is, again, this kind of manipulation, this is why you don't trust the media. This is why you don't think they're objective. That's why you don't think they're being honest. And in the long term, this type of manipulative tactic, it's not going to lead to genuine trust or credibility with the public. And building and maintaining trust requires transparency. You see what I'm saying? Consistency, a commitment to ethical journalism. And if the media is doing these deceptive and manipulative behaviors that's so easy to spot, then, my God, what else are they doing out there? They should be upholding high standards, but they're not. And my thing is, all these people out here with these psychologist degrees, and you got an old lawyer from down in Texas has got to get on the internet and tell you what's going on. I can't believe that they hadn't figured this game out, because I've been looking at the news all day, and nobody is saying that this is a tactic. This is just outrage manipulation. Somebody type outrage manipulation in the chat room. And so again, the media strategy of manipulating the public's perception and outrage for short-term gains, all they want to do is get him reelected. That's it. And the only reason they want to get him reelected is because of his alignment with their political interests, with their party interests. And what that does is it reflects a utilitarian approach. Okay, where the end goal is reelection, and that's deemed more important than the means of manipulation and the deception. And what they doing to this old 80-something-year-old man. He need to be somewhere enjoying the rest of his life, not stressed out about how many 100,000 Venezuelans are running up through the border. This man needed somewhere sitting down. You see? And so we can analyze this on a psychological level, and we can use various frameworks. We could look at it from ethical decision-making, cognitive basis, and even moral psychology. Look, utilitarianism, all right, is an ethical theory that emphasizes maximizing overall utility or happiness. In the context of what we see the media doing, basically, they are justifying manipulating these manipulative actions used against the public by believing that the re-election of Joe Biden, who aligns with their party interests, will lead to better outcomes for their cause or group, i.e. the Democrat Party. And this end, i.e. the re-election, right? They say that justifies the means, even if the means is deception and manipulation and a bunch of angry Americans. You see? as they say, the ends justify the means. And as they believe, it's going to serve the greater good from their perspective, as far as their interests are concerned. And so they don't really, and so basically that's a very narcissistic approach. They think they know better than you. They're basically treating you like children. And that's what Brother Malcolm said. Those liberals, they think they take a parental role over you all. They want to tell you what to do. It used to just apply to black people. Now it applies to all y'all, the white folks and Latinos and Mexicans. They think you're a bunch of kids. They think they know better than you. Okay? Now here's the other thing. And I see everybody contributing to the super chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. Thank you so much. I just want to get through this because I want y'all to learn something. Somebody type learn something in the chat room. Okay, somebody type learn something in the chat room. So we just talked about utilitarianism. Now we're going to talk about cognitive biases. The media's decision to manipulate the public opinion with this outrage, okay, this fake outrage or this outrage is for short-term gains. It can be influenced by cognitive basis such as a confirmation bias, and that's seeking information that confirms your pre-existing beliefs, and is motivated reasoning, right, or using the reasoning to justify the desires and beliefs of the outcomes. And the group think favoring consensus conformity and overall critical thinking. These biases lead individuals, organizations to prioritize their own interests or desired outcomes over ethical considerations or the well-being of others. In other words, we believe it and we don't care if it's good or bad. We think it's good and we're going to do it. We don't care how unethical it is. That's what cognitive biases is, right? Now here's another one for you. Y'all still with me? Hit the number 1 button if you're in here. I know we've been going a little deep in the deep end for the past week or so. I know that, but I think it's important. I don't want anybody scamming you all. If you come on this page, you're going to learn something. We're going to take some 700 level graduate school classes up in here. You understand me? And I think it's important, and I hope I'm setting a precedent, not precedent, so that we can up the level of what's taught here and what in the discussions. And you can have fun. Look, I got almost 400 people in the chat room, and we talking about these two old men babbling on TV last night. You can't tell me there's not a thirst and a hunger out there for real information of substance. You don't have to always be doing reviews on, whose breast popped out during the middle of a show or, who had sex with who. Let's try to up the level. That's just kind of where I'm at. It's a drag on my soul to have to deal with some of the stuff that's just down in the gutter. It's not uplifting people. And I want you to know. Now, somebody type moral psychology in the chat room. And where are my psychologists at? Y'all should be talking about this. If you're a psychologist, you should be talking. I shouldn't have to do this. You understand what I'm saying? Nevertheless, let's go ahead and get the work done. From a moral psychology perspective, the media's willingness to engage in these deceptive tactics to achieve their goal, and that is to get old Babbling Joe reelected. It shows a lack of moral reasoning, right? Or maybe, should I say, a skewed moral compass. And you all could sense that. Maybe you didn't know those terms, but you all know that you didn't like the media and you don't trust anything that comes out of the media, right? You know that. You could sense it, So here's the thing. Ethical decision making. That involves considering the impact that your actions on others, whether or not adhering to the principles of honesty, integrity, and valuing the well-being of everybody. But they're not making those considerations. They're prioritizing their short-term goal and their party interest over ethical standards. And the media, is demonstrating a narrow focus on immediate outcomes at the expense of the broader ethical considerations. You are literally duping the American public into voting for this old man who is incompetent solely because you want him elected so you can maintain power. Is that good for America? Is that really good for America? I don't think so. And I think the media has a moral obligation to do better. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. When we come back, I want y'all to hang in there because it's about to get hot. Somebody says we about to get hot. Somebody get hot. Where all my military dudes at? Somebody type half right in the chat room. It's about to get hot. Somebody type half right in the chat room. Y'all didn't know I knew that, huh? Somebody type half right in the chat room. You didn't know it's about to get hot. It's about to get hot. We're going to explain why these lovely Black American ladies of ours insist upon voting for Donald Trump. That's what we're going to work on. All right. So somebody type half right in the chat room and we shall return shortly. And if you know how to spell shortly, that's with an S, a H, and an O and a W. Shortly. We'll be right back shortly. Hit the number 1 button. And look, I need less than 100 people to get to 70,000. Be the person who comes through and gives me that 70,000. I look forward to it. We're definitely gonna have a great time when we get that. We'll be right back.
Burning podcast, click your mouse pad. Yeah, we out back. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Don't just hate watch cause we outside. Let them hate watch. Go and play pop. We just lay back. He don't play that. We don't play back. We don't play back. We go way back. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. This is Dennis Burning Podcast. Don't just hate watch, hit subscribe and let them know we outside. Don't hold hate, donate. Super chat, cash app. Put something in the collection plate. Church.
I want y'all to make sure y'all hit the number 1 button. And we're going to kind of get back to what we like to do over here, man. I need y'all to check in at a certain point when it's time to check in. I need to checking in to start happening again. We got to go ahead and get this algorithm pumping. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who's up in here, man. I'm definitely good. Everybody who's contributed to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal, big shout outs, man. Hang through this, man. I think this is important. It's very important. I want you to have a better understanding of yourselves and the world around you. And I think this is good. I try to keep it popping. I try to keep it moving quick, but I want you guys to really understand this. So feminine women seek strong men, right? We understand that, right? All right, and I'm gonna go off on the tangent for a minute, and I'm gonna bring it right back home. I'm gonna land this helicopter right in your backyard, okay? I'm gonna land it right in the backyard on the 4th of July. It's gonna mess up everything you got going. But when I get there, you're gonna be like, oh, wow, I get that. Feminine women seek strong men, okay? Masculine women, they don't respect the importance of strong men. Listen to what I'm saying. Feminine women seek strong men. Masculine women don't respect the importance of strong men. In fact, masculine women, they're repelled by strong men. Now roll that up for a minute and let roll that over for a minute. Don't you guys know that to be true? Okay? And that's why the strong, independent women who've been brainwashed by the media to believe they don't need a man. Somebody type, I don't need a man in the chat room. They can still support Babbling Joe Biden, who is exhibiting early stages of dementia. This is Joe Biden. The man is 82 years old. He's old. He's feeble. He might be suffering from Alzheimer's disease. They're cool with this man being the president for another 4 years. He can barely walk downstairs without tipping over. We've seen the man tip over. He even fell off bikes. He even fell up the stairs, fell down the stairs. His wife got to run to save him. The Secret Service got to hire extra people to catch him before he hit the ground. This man was overseas and bent over like and pooped on himself, man. Did somebody type poop? He pooped on himself. This man probably has a diaper on or something like that. This who you want to be the president? Poopy president? I'm saying He's sitting there watching him losing his train of thought. Medicare, we beat it. Come on, man. The man go to sleep at 7:30 every night. 7:30. Pawpaw sleep. He leaned over the chair like that with the cover up. This him. This is who you want, poopy president. He is going to be sleeping in the White House. At least we know Donald Trump going to be in there doing something. He might be eating cheeseburgers and talking loud and cussing. At least he'll be awake. You understand? This man goes to sleep at 7:30. This is who you want to be your president? Eh? This is him. Look, I tell y'all all the time, vote your interest. If it was Bill Clinton running again, I'd vote for him. Okay? If it was any one of these competent, I'd vote for him. I can't vote for this dude. But the question is, why are you lovely ladies, why are you so attached at the hip to this man? And I find it interesting because you got the same white man, same 80, damn near 80-year-old white man, Donald Trump, in a slightly different package, and y'all hate him. I'm just asking. Look, I'm voting my interest. I'm voting for low taxes. That's why I'm voting Republican. And on top of that, I just can't vote for Joe Biden based on his record and his anti-black voting history. I just can't do it. But you all, I want to understand. I know why I feel, but y'all loyal to this man. And you hate Donald Trump. And I'm not trying to get you to change. I just want you to understand why. I want you to dig deep. Somebody type dig deep in the chat room. I want you lovely ladies, and you dudes too, dig deep. You don't like Donald Trump because he's abrasive. You don't like him because he's rough. That's what you know. But look, you might not like it, but he kept all them. We weren't at war, were we? He kept that border under control, didn't he? We were safe, right? Your sons and daughters wasn't getting sent overseas to get killed. Somebody type killed in the chat room. It's KILT. That wasn't happening. He kept our enemies up off of us. So so here's the thing we have to have. Somebody type masculine women in the chat room. Somebody type masculine women in the chat room. So from a psychological perspective, there are theories that try to explain the dynamics of attraction between individuals based on various traits, including masculinity and femininity. You know how we always say women vote emotionally, not logically? At the end of the day, Donald Trump is an old white man and Joe Biden is an old white man. But for whatever reason, Black American women can't stand Donald Trump, who's aggressive and rough, and yet they cool with old smoking Joe Biden, who has done all kind of dirty stuff to us. So why is that? Joe Biden doesn't come off as rough and mean and masculine and domineering, but he did some dirty stuff to us. So from an evolution, so you can see that this has got to be an emotional thing that these women have. And you know, of course, there's some other aspects to it. You know, the Democrats have always traditionally catered and cajoled Black women, and they make them feel good. Somebody type feel good in the chat room. So there's some emotions involved in that. Bill Clinton was out there playing the saxophone, doo-doo-doo-doo. And then you saw Barack Obama with them cute little girls. And then you see Michelle Obama and you was emotionally attached. That's why I get it. It's emotions. Because neither one of them did much for us anyway. Matter of fact, Bill Clinton was the president that signed the 1995 crime bill into law. The crime bill, 1994 crime bill, which became the 1995 law, right? Which mass incarcerated Black folk. Nevertheless, but let's, from an evolutionary psychological standpoint, you have to understand that certain traits and behaviors have evolved over time as adaptations to help the reproductive process. So in the context of an attraction between the feminine woman and the masculine man, it can be understood through the lens of an evolutionary theory. Masculine traits in men, such as physical strength, assertiveness. Somebody type assertiveness in the chat room. Somebody type leadership qualities in the chat room. They're perceived by women oftentimes as indicators of good genetic fitness and the ability to provide protection. So what happens when you got a woman who thinks she's physically strong and she's assertive and she the leader of the house? What do you think happened? She don't need you. You understand? There ain't gonna be nothing but two heads bumping two. Nah, you can't tell me what to do, James. I'm gonna do what I want. Yeah. Think about that. You got two manly men in the house. One with a vagina, one with a penis. They gonna conflict. So from an evolutionary standpoint on the feminine side, feminine women instinctively are attracted to men who exhibit these masculine traits because they're subconsciously seen as potential strong providers, strong protectors. On the flip side, somebody type on the flip side, the masculine woman who possesses more of these dominant traits and these assertive traits herself, right? They don't look for that. They don't need that not on the same level, not from their partner. They don't want a dominant partner. So they're inclined to seek qualities that complement their own rather than replicate them. Do you know why your mama, every time you said something, somebody type egalitarian in the chat room. Somebody type egalitarian in the chat room. Who's the most egalitarian group of men on the planet? What happens when you black dudes go overseas? Somebody type cool in the chat room. Somebody type laid back in the chat room. Come on. Somebody type swag in the chat room. Those are the adjectives they use to describe black men, and you think they're compliments, don't you? Egalitarian means you're more likely to allow a woman to have say-so and get along with you. Basically, y'all go overseas and the women over there say, man, these dudes are much easier to get along with. Because our men are not cool. They are not laid back. They are not trying to coerce us with their swag. They are not trying to persuade us. They're more likely to put a boot in us, up in the backside when we get out of line. They are not allowing these women to have say-so. You black men raised by a group of women who culturally are strong, independent, and don't need a man, they treat you in a way, they raise you in a way, they socialize you in a way so that you compliment them. They basically bring out the femininity in their boys so that this boy will then grow up and be a man and he'll be cool. He'll be cool with his woman going out with a skirt hoisted up around her backside where everybody can see. He'll be cool with his woman berating him in public and he won't say nothing because he's cool. You know, y'all cool. Matter of fact, you get shamed for defending yourself, even if your woman is coming at you with some kind of bat or baseball, something like that. In the black community, you get punished for having a backbone as a black man in the black community. So what does that tell you that they're doing to you? They're effeminizing you. And many of you, if you see a woman trying to cook and serve you and you sitting at the table, you will get your butt up after working all day to get in there and wash some dishes and cook and help clean it. That is not what men overseas are doing. You've been effeminized. You feel guilty about it. Some of you passport bros, the first time you went overseas and experienced true femininity, you didn't know what to do with yourself. It was awkward. Oh my God, you mean I just sit here and you cook? Oh my, I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty about accepting this good treatment. You mean she gonna rub my feet and my back and talk nice to me and give me a hug and bring me some food? She gonna cook me 3 meals a day? All I gotta do is do what I've been doing and that's pay bill. Oh man, I ain't never going home. This is how you've been acculturated. And what does that tell you about black women? If you're being effeminized in the same culture, that means black women are being masculinized, which is something we don't talk about in enough detail. But now, black women voting for Babbling Joe Biden. Again, when we consider the voting patterns of feminine women and their support for candidate like Donald Trump, because remember what happened when, was it 2016? All the white women was out there. Yeah, we're not voting for Donald Trump. He's a sexist. And then the polls came back and all the white women voted for Donald Trump. And they had you black women out there with them signs, and they turned right around. I'm gonna go ahead and they went in that booth and they voted for the strong man. Somebody typed strong man in the chat room. They voted for the man he appealed to their sense of needing strength and assertiveness. You see? So those white women faked you out. They weren't raised to be feminine. They just faked you. They was out there protesting, and they just had your little black chocolate dots out there amongst them to give them moral support. So it wasn't just a Karen fest. Donald Trump, to them, they perceive him as strong, assertive, a leader who projects confidence and decisiveness. That's why they voted for him. They wasn't gonna vote for no Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is still mad right now because she said white women turn their back, women turn their back on me white women. They don't want her up there. They wanted a strong man up there. That helps them sleep at night. They know people like Donald Trump will get up and check and see what that sound was in the middle of the night. If it's two women in the house, they got to figure it out. They're not voting for more white women are going to vote for Joe Biden, for Donald Trump again. Because women who are feminine traditionally, they value traits traditionally associated with masculinity. There was another clip I had, and I don't know if I can find it. I'll try to find it again. But there was another clip I had where some women specifically said that I'm not about to vote for this man. He's weak. Weakness repels women. And I tell you brothers all the time, and I'm gonna go off on the side note. Y'all still with me? Hit the number 1 button if you with me. When black men start standing up and acting like men and showing some backbone, about 90% of the problems that we have in the black community will go away. The primary problem that black women have with black men is that you show no backbone. They don't respect you because you show no backbone, brothers. If you start saying, look, it's a lot of women that don't like me, but whether they fear or respect me, they don't treat me like they treat you. You see? Now they'll take snipes and shots from the sideline, but they don't fear you at all. They don't respect you. They don't fear you. That is the primary problem that black women have with and I got the video right here. That's the problem that black women have with black men. You're too damn nice. Somebody type damn nice in the chat room. And I've told you guys before, if I told you once, I told you 100 times. Now, I'm trying to pull this video out because I want you guys to see it. It's important. This is from women. This is from some ladies, and this is what these ladies are saying. I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick. If I can pull it up and let you guys see this, you'll understand. This is what we're talking about right here is what is applicable, and nobody will dig this deep. But if you don't believe those people, those multi-million-dollar corporations have figured this stuff out, then you a fool. I'm sitting here telling you, sitting here at my little desk, and I'm telling you this is what's going on. You don't think they figured that out? You don't think that they know what they're doing when it comes to manipulating you all? Let me see if I can let this play over here. Y'all bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna try to pull this up and turn this sound up real quick. Hit the number 1 button if you can hear this when it starts to play, okay? Hit the number 1 button if you can hear it when it starts to play. It should be coming up on the screen now. It's a short clip. Somebody type, let me turn the music down. I want y'all to hear this. Okay, we learning something tonight. All right, so this is on my Facebook page. Anybody who wants to go check it out for themselves, let me put this fair use up so I don't get blitzkrieged by Facebook. All right, so I'm gonna let it play. Let me know if you can hear it. I'm gonna turn it up right now. Let me know if you can hear it. I can't even hear it. Hold on. Let me know. Let me know.
It's unbelievable that nothing's been done about it.
There you go.
It's very sad indeed. It's one of our great winners today. Before the debate, I know one of the things that really motivated you was the economy. It's a mess, right?
There you.
Yeah, actually, I'm so anxious to. I go to the every boosters tire, and under Trump's watch, there was no wars at all. And what I witnessed last night was a striking contrast between weakness and strength.
What? There was a striking contrast between what and what? Listen.
Last night was a striking contrast between weakness and strength. We definitely need a strong leadership at the White House.
Did you guys hear that? Now y'all's like, Dennis don't know what the hell he talking about. Yes, I do. Feminine women want strong men in power. Feminine women want to marry strong men. That's why I tell you, brothers, there is no geographical solution for an emotional problem. So when you take your butts overseas and you are soft, simpy wimps, you're gonna have the same problems that you have over here. It's you that's the problem. It's you that's the problem because you taking that saying, oh yeah, I'm cool. You too cool. You're not manly enough. Listen to this again. All right, and this lady looks like she's Indian. I want y'all to hear this again. Are y'all hearing this? Listen.
There was no wars at all. And what I witnessed last night was a striking contrast at the White House.
Strength and weakness.
Was a striking contrast between weakness.
All right. So you heard it. You heard it. It's not just me saying it. That's what women are thinking. And that's what really a lot of you women are thinking. Strength and weakness. Okay. Now, again, Donald Trump is perceived as strong. He's perceived as assertive. Are y'all with me? Hit the #1 button, baby. Let me know you're here. Y'all here? You bored? Let me know. I'm almost up. I'll get up out of here soon. I'm going to let you go back to whatever it was you was doing. Let you eat them Cheetos and watch the TV. Up there Netflixing and watching Disney, whatever the hell you're doing. We going to all my guys who's out there on the open road. This is for you too, okay? But I hope you guys are enjoying this. I wish I could. I wish I knew. If you're enjoying it, hit the #1 button. Let me know. All right, let me know. And look, I need less than 100 subscribers. I got over 400 people in there. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Now again, let's go back to it. What are we talking about? We're talking about the voting patterns of feminine women and why they support Donald Trump and why our lovely ladies who've been trained and brainwashed to being masculine is a thing don't. Okay, to feminine women, a strong man, strength and assertive is appealing to them. The other thing is, again, of course, there's always policy priorities. There are a lot of women who prioritize specific policies over personal characteristics of a candidate. And some women support Donald Trump based on his policy positions. A lot of black women out there who say, you know what, hell with this Joe Biden thing. I can't afford to pay for gas anymore. And so they don't like the policy. So shout out to all those ladies, okay? But a lot of these other ladies are making emotional decisions. Some women support Joe Biden because what? They like the stuff the free stuff that he gives away. Some people like Donald Trump because of his economic policies, immigration policies, social issues, align with their beliefs, especially my Christian folk. Okay, the other thing is Donald Trump's communication style. He doesn't miss his words. He might chop a few and misspell a few. But it's very direct, it's very unfiltered, it's very masculine in which he's not up there, he did not like that. And a lot of that resonates with a lot of women. They like to hear a man talk like a man. They appreciated his willingness to challenge the political norms and speak his mind. That's why many of you like me. You like the fact that I speak the truth. There's a lot of women in here who say he sounds just like my dad. He sounds just like my granddad. He sounds just like my brother. Many of those men are traditional men. That's why women are attracted. That's why it's amazing that I have almost 70,000 subscribers in here. Because what I provide is not, it is apropos, as they say. You see what I mean? The fact that you have somebody who's willing to challenge the norm, I'm going to tell you how I feel, and it's really truthfully, you appreciate the straightforward approach. You see, Now, again, we're talking about why feminine women vote for Donald Trump and why our lovely ladies seem to hate Donald Trump. And I think that has a lot to do with it. So again, I tell you all the time, okay? I'm gonna tell you again, I want you to vote your interest. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I know who I'm voting for. And I've been telling you this for years before it was popular. I'm voting for Trump because he's a Republican and I want to keep my taxes low. And the reason I want to keep my taxes low because I want to spend more money on myself and my children and my family. That's why I do not want my money to go towards paying for you, your kids, Venezuelan migrants, people. I don't want to do it. And if the Republican Party is going to allow me to keep more of my money, cool. Again, I got rich people problems. And some of y'all have rich people problems. Matter of fact, 63% of black men have reached the middle class, upper middle class, or they're rich. So you understand where I'm coming from. We're doing all right. And so it's natural that we will begin to gravitate more towards the party who is pro-business, the party who is pro-low tax. It makes sense, okay, fellas? But the thing is, we wanted to dissect why it is that these lovely ladies are still in love with Joe Biden and with his treacherous record. You see? And I get it. There's some partisan loyalty there. I get it. But we needed to take this deep dive into this post-debate dynamics and uncover these unsettling truths about about the media's role in shaping your perception. And it's clear now, more than ever, that the media's agenda is not just about reporting news. It's not about what's in the best interest of America. It's about influencing the outcomes for the short-term political gains for the particular party that they represent. It's for the re-election. It's a re-election strategy for their preferred candidate, i.e., Babbling Joe Biden. Now, I don't want y'all to get past that. You heard it here first. What you're going to see happen in a few months is they're going to pivot away from saying he's not qualified to something like, well, he's better than Trump. Trump is going to say something crazy or do something crazy. He might put him on house arrest, and they're going to say, well, he's better than Trump. Trump is a convicted felon. They're already trying to say that. So they jump in front. We need to replace Joe Biden. Remember, what's the word? What did I tell y'all that was? Huh? Remember that concept. What was the concept called? Huh? Outrage manipulation. Somebody type outrage manipulation in the chat room. You're learning something, aren't you? Outrage manipulation. That's what the media is doing to you. Outrage manipulation. Okay? Now, the thing is, we also addressed something else. We addressed an important cultural shift affecting our voter base, specifically Black American women. Okay? And whether you think it's controversial or not, it makes no sense that all the other women in America, the vast majority of the other women in America are voting for Donald Trump, and our lovely ladies decide it's a good idea to vote for Joe Biden. And the question is why? Because they're all women. And so it has to be something that has to do with culture since it's not biological. Now, it's not the legal controversies surrounding Donald Trump that are driving Black women away. It's his personality. It's the emotional response they have to this man, okay? This man who is, for the most part, has adapted this traditional masculine role, okay? Conflicting with Black American women who are warped culture, right? Partly because we didn't have a lot of fathers in the house because Joe Biden managed to get rid of them, right? But you got Black women moving away from their femininity, and you ladies need to embrace that because that's your saving grace. That's what's going to attract you to masculine men. You don't want some weak man around you when times get hard. You sitting there crying and he crying too. Y'all up at the what is it called? Victoria's Secrets shopping for panties together. You don't have trust in that man. You don't want that type of man. Tell the truth, ladies. You see? And so from understanding the manipulative tactics of the media to recognize the impact of personality in politics, I think we've covered some crucial ground. Somebody type crucial ground in the chat room. I think we've called for a cultural reevaluation that respects and embraces the natural qualities of both genders, okay, i.e. masculinity and femininity, but it also discussed the need for the media to be transparent and ethical. And of course, we explored how gender dynamics influence our leadership and preferences. But even if the media isn't being ethical and straightforward and upright with you, you still have an obligation not to be duped. Okay? We're not just going to be passive observers. Somebody type passive observer. We're not just going to be passive observers. We see what happens when we let the federal government run wild. They just open up the borders. They give away all our money. We got people up here taking advantage of American citizens, running up in their houses, squatting in their houses, little girls and women being attacked by men who are from Venezuela. I mean, you don't even have any document. No, we can't let that happen. This is our country. And so we want to be informed citizens. We want to feel empowered to question and critique and understand the deeper narratives at play. See, it's more than just politics. It's about the fabric of our society. So we need to stay engaged. We need to stay critical, and we need to stay sharp. At this point, at this juncture, the world is getting a lot more complex, and we have a lot more complex waters to navigate. And so your awareness is key, not just about surviving, but thriving in this media manipulated landscape. That's what we need to focus on. Okay? Now, you guys got some good game. Street people, you got good game. For you all, you learn a little bit about some psychology. What I want to do at this point is I'm going to give you an opportunity to hit me up with some questions here. If you have, go ahead and hit those in the super chat. But we're going to listen to some good music too, man. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to read the super chats. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's contributed to the super chats. Everybody I got them all saved. So I know I'm going to make sure I read everybody's super chats. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But again, I want you guys to understand what's happening to you. You can't just allow the media to just run roughshod over. This is not 1980. These concepts are well understood. You can look them up. They're everywhere. You got books, you got resources, you can go online. I'm just telling you, this is how we do it. But in the meantime, if you appreciate what I've done, if you learn something, okay, if you learn something, make sure you subscribe to the channel, fam. If you learn something, make sure you share this. That's what I want you to do. But I only need 100 more subscribers to get to 70,000. In the meantime, I'm
looking at myself as I would see myself in the future. Looking up at my father, looking at his face and seeing my face.
People are so inclined to believe that black men are deadbeat fathers.
The else you need? I'm the black boogeyman villain that just came on. Something going wrong, I'm the one you put the blame on. Community is up, shame on me. Deadbeat daddy put the blame on me.
Black men actually enable the very thing that they hate.
Okay, so by now everybody has heard about the CDC research that was done, that black men are going around using that as their safe place to prove to everybody that they are excellent fathers and they are the most involved fathers of any other demographic.
Shut your ass up.
Shut your ass up.
You bring the game on me when I'm the best father. All the pain I see telling me to try harder. Broke in them dusty, no deodorant or musty. I'm the fall guy for the race when you getting busted. Stand up and be a man when your women want the role, want the leadership, the money, run the household, be as naked as a child, and I'm supposed to smile. You the reason why the neighborhood kids running wild. Karma comes around, baby, keep your cookie. Matter of fact, I'm on a flight, you can pass that shit to Pookie. Chicago back to Houston, New York we deemed as useless. Baby, I'm in DR, and mommy serving juices. Every movie needs a bad guy, why not be the black guy? Shit, you can hang it on me. You need a scapegoat, point us out to take no shit. You know they gonna hang it on me. When you need a reason and the ladies commit treason, all you gotta do is hang it on me. Your daddies and your uncles and your nephews, that's amongst us, watch the whole world blame it on me. You to blame for this crisis, you to blame for this ISIS. Paper saver got creators favored. Who you think gon' die for being righteous? Who gon' vote for the oppressor? Me. Who pay most to get the lesser? You handing out all of the treasures, the immigrants getting the blessings. Who you think rapping is real? Want my opinion about this kill? I'm not Arab, homie, how did this feel? Cause I'm not living off in this real. My opinion, no matter, we get a deal. No reparation, just meal. I'm only speaking about what we feel. Keep talking that talk, I need a refill. Every movie needs a bad guy, why not be the black guy? Shit, you need a scapegoat, pointers out to take no shit. You know they gonna blame it on me. When you need a reason and you ladies commit treason, all you gotta do is blame it on me. Your daddies and your uncles and your nephews, that's amongst us, watch the whole world blame it on me. Every movie needs a bad guy, why not be the black guy? You can blame it on me. When you need a scapegoat, point us out and take notes. No, they gonna blame it on me.
Fathers are underappreciated. Those of you guys who don't know, my name is Dennis Sperlin, also known as Uncle D, affectionately by the young fellas out there. And of course, the Blizzard King. Nevertheless, what should I say? I'm an attorney, I'm a podcaster, and I'm also, my favorite title is that of father. But I'm going to take the opportunity today to really talk to you guys about fatherhood.
Black man hit me up being like, yo, I can't wait to be a dad. I can't wait to be a father. And I feel like I owe those young men to tell them, like, bro, this is hard. Because it exposes things about you that you don't know about yourself. It exposes all of your insecurities. Man, it's a huge emotional undertaking. Right, when you see this and me playing with my baby and it looks really cool and you want to have those moments, just know that that's the upside. It comes with a downside and it can be incredibly painful. So before you take on a family, bro, go see somebody about your past and go see somebody about the trauma that you've endured throughout the course of your life and start healing. Because if you don't heal from that, you'll have all this and you'll never be happy. Especially anybody who thinks that you can just pour water over a lady and a baby and have a happy family overnight. This ain't oatmeal, man.
Have pride in yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's the other thing. Don't let this world keep kicking you and making you feel like you're not good enough. You plenty. I don't care if you're 10 pounds, 50 pounds overweight, 30 pounds underweight. You don't make enough money. You make too much money. You're too tall. You're too short. You're perfect the way you are. And I want you brothers to begin to take that. A lot of you guys did not have father figures to reinforce these things in you. You don't have that manly fatherly love supporting you in the back of your head saying, son, you can go out there. The world is yours. I'm not your fathers, but I love you like I'm your own uncle. We all one people. And so I'm telling you, brothers, I love you as a person that most people would say is successful. I'm telling you, the opportunity is out there. And most of you guys are doing much better than I was at your age. You're more confident. You got the world, you got the benefit of people like me who've made mistakes. And I want to see you ball. That's it. Oh, that's what I want to do. Yo, son, what's happening? Yo, where Bond, yo? Yo, son, you just came from New York. Yo, where were you hanging out? What borough, son? Where you from, son? Huh? New York? Huh? Big Easy, big with the Big Apple, huh, son? I see you. Y'all up there. You standing over there. You know what I'm saying? With your Timbs on, yo. You just came from New York. I tell him, let me, come on, tell him, son. Yo, where Bond, yo? Brooklyn, the BK. Tell them where you was at, yo. Aren't New Yorkers, aren't they loud? They're just very loud, aren't they? He rode the subway too, yo. Tell them when you got to speak up, son. Word behind.
There was a guy who was doing poetry in the subway.
He was doing poetry in the subway. The boy went to New York for the first time. Tell him, took your butt up there to Nueva York. What happened, Poppy? Talk to me what happened when you went there, huh? They talking like this to you? Where you from? Huh? What happened?
The driver convinced us to go to the hotel from Home Alone for an extra $90.
Damn! So he took his butt to New York. Him and his brother went up there, and how much you spent a lot of money up there in New York, huh? Didn't you? That's why Daddy lived down here in Texas. It's a lot cheaper down here in Texas, son. Come on into the microphone. Let them hear your Texas accent. Come on in. Let them hear your Texas. How y'all doing? My name is Attorney Dennis Sperling, and this is my boy. He's gonna be Attorney Dennis Sperling too. If y'all's been in a car accident, go ahead and give me a call. Go ahead, son. Give him a holler and how do.
Hello.
He don't really sound like a Texan, but I can. Look here. If you've been involved in the car accident, look at the knife. And if you've been involved in the car accident, give me a call. I'll do all the talking. He'll be quiet. He's probably going to take over. He's not a talkative fella. He can fight like the devil with an axe in his hand, but darn it, he don't have a lot to say. I'm sorry about harassing this boy. Let me let you go, man. I got to give a shout. This is how we playing for that car. See these super chats? I want you to read the super chats to these people. This is how he paying. Tell them. Go on in there. Tell them, read all of them loud. Go ahead. Let's start.
Going against the grain, going to cost these.
Don't say that word. I don't know. Don't say nothing. You okay. Read that one. Shut. You got to read their name first. What's his name?
Hologram ENC.
With a wrench. He's a wrench. He belongs to the wrench mob. Say wrench mob, son.
Wrench mob.
He's not ghetto like his daddy. That's the other thing. He grew up in the suburbs. He ain't like that. Daddy's a little hood. Am I a little ghetto? Tell the truth. It's okay. Daddy's a little hood. Am I loud? Tell the truth. Daddy's a loud black man, huh? That's okay. He a good boy. You don't want to get in trouble because it's what happened. Shout out, listen, what's his name? Next up, who we got?
MC Recovery and Relax.
That's my homie from Compton, California. Yeah. Okay. That's why I support the young homie up against the little white dude from Canada, Drake. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, partner?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell, it's hella. I gotta do it for the turf. You understand, homeboy? You want to know how I know all these voices? I spent a lot of time alone as a child. Let's keep reading. What is this?
Biden,
Okay. Oh, we didn't read that one. Read it aloud. You got to be loud now.
Biden lift every voice plan foreclosing wealth gap.
Yeah. That's some politics stuff. Sometimes that go over my head. You got to Google that.
Che Guevara.
Who is Che Guevara? That sounds like a good salad dressing. Let me get a Caesar salad with some Che Guevara on it and some croutons. Hold the bacon bits. Who is Che? Who is he? Who is that? A soldier. He was a famous communist from South America that rode a bicycle, not a bicycle, a motorbike from South America all up the backside of South America. He was a communist, son, and he goes against everything that we believe in. We are capitalists. We want other people to do our work for us, and we want to sit back and ride around in our nice cars. He's a commie, okay? And we're going to disregard that, all right? And we're going to read the comment. Please comment on your choice for Trump's VP. Judge Joe Brown mentioned on his show, Vivek. You know the little Vivek dude, the little brown dude, the little Indian dude? You got a bunch of Indian friends? Don't you have a bunch of little Indian friends?
I have one Indian.
You got a lot of little, I had a lot of black. I had black friends and Mexican friends. They last names are hard to say. No friends' last names are really.
John.
I know their last names too. I can't pronounce all of them. That boy's name is not John. That's the American.
Josh John.
No, that's his American name. That's the name they tell you. That boy got probably about 18 vowels in his last name and 15 in the first name. They just tell you that. That's all right. I'm gonna let you go on about your business. Go on, ease on up out of here, playboy. New York, son. Yo, word bond, get off me, son. Give me my space, yo. Word bond, son. Shout out to the heir apparent, man. You got to harass them kids, man. You can't let them kids have a conference. You got to keep them on edge. But anyway, thank you guys for your patience. Shout out to my man, Urban Eagle. Big shout out to you for the $2 super chat. T. Sampson, Keisha's controlling. They're greedy for the power. Hallelujah. Praise God. Somebody type praise Moses in the chat room. Chief Akachi Tutu. I used to photo. Man, come on, bro. I used to photo my mom's job after high school. My mom worked in the facilities and the independent living house. Biden act like one of the patients. Wow, yeah. Really? Oh, so you see some Alzheimer's in old Biden. I can believe that. My man, Chief Aka 222. Okay, I got you already. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Cody Marshall, continue to spit that truth on. I shall, brother. I shall. Somebody type I shall in the chat room. Paul Jones, $10. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Look good in that suit, man. Keep it up. MC Recovery, Biden hardcore medication. Lift every voice, Bill. Keep teaching. I will, man. Thank you so much. And Mr. Boston, gifted one Dennis Sperling podcast membership. Man, we got to get these podcasts up, up to 200. We got to get those memberships up. Thank you so much for the membership, Mr. Boston. Super Sticker Patricia, thank you so much for the $2. Willie Waka Whistle, thank you. Look, you can't have no names like that. That's too hard to say. Okay, you're going to have to do better. But anyway, shout out to everybody who came through with that. Who else we got up in here? I want to give a shout out to the Cash App folk, Mr. Turner, Miss Gloria, Mark the Freelancer, Enrique, Mr. Hennigan, and Mr. Jackson, and Gail at Night. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all came through earlier. But anyway, look, I done said all I had to say. I got to go over here and give my kids a hard time. Screen them and see how their trip to New York was, man. Shout out to all the hardworking fellas out there. Look, I'm going to tell you again, okay? I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not telling you who to vote for. Let's say that again. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm telling you to vote your interest. Vote your interest. More importantly, understand why. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated, okay, by the media. And you lovely ladies out there, y'all the only thing holding the Democrat Party together. If you lovely African-American ladies would just begin to vote your interest. Some of y'all would say, well, this Democrat Party is not aligned with me. I need a strong man. I'm not going to have this babbling fool representing me. I want you to recognize game when it's before you. And that's all I'm asking you guys to do. And they trying to run game on you, and I don't think it's cool. Either way, God bless y'all. Love y'all, as I always say, man. Big shout out to my son who came through. I got drafted in we're going to get him together. We're going to get him to start reading a little faster and louder. But other than that, man, God bless y'all. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Keep your head up, fellas. Remember, I just want to see you ball. This is Uncle D, and I'm out.
Dennis Sperling Podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe.